What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from mtgheadquarters.com, and this is Real Life Enchantments. So, one of the most basic things that Magic players need, are some way to keep count. Whether you're using little schniblets of paper like I started out, or you're using dice, or you're using fancy dice, you're using fancy spin downs, you're using apps on your phone. Regardless, you need it. So I thought the first thing I would talk about, and I made a huge purchase. I've got sleeves I'm going to talk about, binders I'm going to talk about, playmats, all the stuff that comes along with playing Magic, making life a little bit easier. And try to share with you some of what I've learned. And opening all these pre-release packs and all this stuff in my day, I've accumulated quite a bit of dice. However, I've really only ever made, except for this video, one dice purchase in my life, and it was this single bag of dice from Chessex. I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can check it out on Amazon. I think it's like 20 bucks or 21 bucks, 22 bucks or something like that. And it is exactly what it says. It's a pound of dice. And it just comes with all sorts of different... I actually think they update the kind of dice because this looks a little newer and cooler than the one I originally got. They've got like some two-colored... They've got little different sizes. This is the only dice I've ever bought. And you've also got one complete set. So in here you got various colors. And then in the bag there's one complete 7-die polyhedral set. Only available in the pound of dice. I don't know. I've seen this at local hobby stores and people charge a fortune for it. But I've always just bought on Amazon for like 20 bucks. Like I said, I actually still have it in like the original bag. The other thing you can buy are like these little things. And I'm not saying you got to buy Chessex. I'm just saying this is who I happen to buy. And I just want to talk about dice a little bit. And I also want to get your guys' feedback, right? So my personality and even in the way I look is all function over form. I'm an Android user, not an iPhone user. I have a beard because it keeps me warm. You know, all this stuff. So I don't necessarily... I understand the other side of the world having really fancy dice, but I'm going to just speak to the Magic players out there that, you know, they don't want to spend a fortune on dice and they want to know a little bit about what's out there and, you know... So this is like $20 or 22 bucks, something like that, right? Something like this is 6, 7, 8, 9 bucks. And this pretty much can get you through, like, I've bought these in a pinch at my LGS during a draft that I forgot dice. And that's always like a crummy feeling because I'm like, man, I have dice at home. I mean, you get 36 dice in here for about $7. I'll put a link to this in the description below too, but there's really not a hell of a lot about this or buying this at Amazon that's unique. I'll link you to it anyway in case you don't have an LGS. Or maybe it's cheaper. I paid $7.23 for it. But I'm also an Amazon Prime member, so I didn't pay for shipping either. And these are small, and they all look the same. And like I said, function over form. If you have a bunch of things with counter on it, or you go over 20 on your life total and you need a little six-sided to make your life total 23, your opponent doesn't bring tokens. I mean, you can use them for... I've used dice for example, the Elspeth. You let's say you draft an Elspeth, and you're like, oh, crap, you know, I don't have anything to use for tokens. Well, you could take, like, a token, or you could take a piece of mana and then just put a dice on top of it to say there's, like, 5 of these. Or you can use it to say the power is 4/4, or whatever you need. So I thought going through the dice would be one of the coolest ways to, I don't know, share with you a little bit about some of the enchantments that I've used in real life. You can see there's all sorts of, let me see if I can give you a nice close look at this. There's like all sorts of different dice in here. I mean, there's dice that go by 20s, like, or by 10s, count by 10s. So what's good about these is, like, if you play other games other than Magic, you know, you need a random 4-sided dice, you know, they got that for you. And people love shaking with these, by the way. When I bring 4-sided dice, People love to shake with them. There's like some other, like, you get this really big dice in here. I don't know if they're all the same, but it seems to me like it's just basically completely random. They probably buy dice in bulk and then, you know, print out some and then throw in random stuff like this pink and black one. So if you're the type of person that like wants to get some hot looking dice, I think there's a huge selection at your local game store, you know, that you can get whatever your little heart's content. But if you're a function or over a form person, and or you are on a budget, because that's my thing too, right? Like for $20, I will never have to buy dice again. I can almost say that with 100% certainty, right? Or $22 plus free shipping, I'll never have to buy dice again in my life. Do they look the coolest? No. But I mean, it's a dice. It has one function. It does it really well. Now, here's where I kind of want to get your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. I want to talk about, like, what do you guys like in dice? What do you look for? And what is your opinion on form over function for dice? Do you like to spend the extra money and get some dice? I purposely bought these ones that were just plain black and white because this is how I roll. Like, I just want them black and white. I want it to be able to see. I want them all be the same so that if I'm using counters or whatever, I know which ones are mine, and so on and so forth. But like EDH players or people that have a deck that they're constantly rolling dice or they're constantly needing counters or whatever, you know, I could see wanting some cooler dice, like some Simic themed dice if you're playing a Simic deck or something like that. But I thought, you know, a lot of people ask me about where to buy stuff, and so I'm going to go through some ways that you can save a lot of money. I mean, I buy my pages from my binder. I mean, you wouldn't believe how cheap I get them. I never buy them from the local game store because they're a ripoff there. Stuff like that. I'm going to hope to share with you through this Real Life Enchantments series because I'm cheap. And I don't mind being cheap about some things, right? I can crack booster boxes all day, but I just don't want to spend a fortune on dice. So these are what I use. I'm not endorsing Chessex. I'm just saying this is a really unique product that I don't think anyone else really offers. And it will probably be the last bag of dice I ever buy. And if you guys have like pictures of your dice, I want to try to make this series a little more interactive. So if you have a really cool set of dice, I'd love if you tweeted it to me at MTG headquarters or posted it right to the facebook.com/MTG headquarters page. I'd love to see your custom dice. I'd love to see your old school dice. One of my original counters that I actually used was a cast iron wheel with like a little guy with a marble on it. I know they're actually worth like $100 now or maybe more, but that's what I used to use, an old scry counter. And I would count my life that way. Now I just use these, and I usually have them laying all over so I can just reach and grab a pile of dice. Oh, here's a dice, you know, just go. And, you know, I'd love to see what you guys have. So I hope for those of you that have questions about getting dice, or maybe you're looking for a cheap option, this video helped you out. And I think, and I hope if you have some cool stuff that you use or a unique life counter, I'd love to see that stuff all posted to Facebook. That'd be really awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first installment of Real Life Enchantments. It's going to get better, so I could definitely use your feedback. And if you're new to the channel, take a second to subscribe. I have all sorts of unique content, from deck techs to these Real Life Enchantments to booster box openings to gameplay videos. I stream on twitch.tv at MTG, or twitch.tv/MTG headquarters. I live on planet Earth. I thank you for watching this video. We'll talk to you again real soon. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, check out some of our most popular playlists, from MTG vlogs, sick gameplay videos, new product breaks, and some insane vintage openings. I upload 3 to 4 new Magic the Gathering videos every week, so if you haven't already, please take a moment to crush that subscribe button to join one of the fastest growing Magic the Gathering channels on YouTube. Talk to you later.